3, 2, 1, go!
Hello there folks, welcome back to the Ispalian job, and as you can see on the screen immediately, since our 4-2 defeat to Cesena, where I got very angry at the end of last episode, things have not really improved. 2 wins though. Napoli and Verona got poundings, but before that there was a 2-2 that followed the game against Cesena, and Hatterport in the 92nd minute grabs an equaliser for us and gets us a point from the game. I don't know if it's deserved, but we got it regardless. Then a 2-1 defeat to Pescara, Dorian Heisser on the score sheet, and rather than scoring late in the game, we conceded. 91st minute. That, my friends, was a killer blow. You can see we were leading with 7 minutes left and lost 2-1 to a side that frankly weren't as good as us, and that is infuriating. Then a 1-0 to Inter. I mean, no disgrace really. We lost 1-0 to Inter Milan. A good performance in many ways. We then followed that up then with a 3-1 victory over Napoli, who have had the number of. It should be noted though that they were 1-0 up, got a red card on half time, and then we scored 3. Lorenzo Insigne, the brother of course, our Insigne, with the own goal in the 79th minute. Not ideal for them. And then followed up with a 4-1 win. It was Heisser and Balik, 2 goals apiece for those two. And Verona took a 1-0 lead, but then all of a sudden, Bacardi got injured straight after their goal. He went off, and we brought on, who did we bring on? I can't remember now. It was Lualua. Yeah, Lualua came on, and all of a sudden Heisser and Balik scoring goals for fun. 2 apiece then, and a good win. This time around though, it's Sassuolo, and we had a man sent off, and we couldn't get back into it after the sending off. It was 2-1 to them. Decent result. Relatively even game though. Not really a disgrace. And then the game against Juve, they got another sending off here, folks. But a 2-0 win for them. Couldn't break them down. They are, after all, Juventus. These things will happen. So there you are then. Today's games, Udinese and Carpi. Now, you'd be right in thinking, have I seen this episode before? You haven't seen this before, but we are playing them again. And the reason for that is Udinese and Carpi are the 2 sides, as I thought I'd save this episode, 2 sides, 17th and 16th. We currently sit in 19th position, a point behind 17th, but a couple of wins could see us pull ourselves out of the relegation fodder. Team-wise, this is how we're going to look for today's game. Then Barloco at the back with Casola and Diaz. You remember Casola signed from Roma last episode. Hatibor on the right-back area. Pozovec, of course, in goal. Kristic and Boy will be in the middle. We've got Paragini, but you signed him, know his name. Luala on the left, Balik in behind Dorian Heisser. Bakali, obviously, of course, you saw that injury, still up for 3 weeks, so we might feature towards the end of the season. But our big sort of winter signing is out and can't play in these final few games, which is devastating news, I have to say. But regardless, we've got a good squad out there, and hopefully today we'll pull out the win. So let's get into it. We're playing standard, lots of instructions. If you're interested, there they are. And let's get into it. Udinese, the first game then. They are the team 1 point ahead of us, slightly closer. And basically, folks, I just want to win. It's been a very stressful time. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I want to end this episode with a little bit of hope. All right, I'm not asking for everything. I just want to win a football match. So far, 2 games we've won this season against Napoli. Now, admittedly, they're in like the bottom 7, but regardless, Napoli. If we could beat Napoli, we can beat these other mugs. We owe Udinese after last time. That's right. That always seems to. I always feel like the revenge tactic works quite well. Right, so we are indeed going for revenge. We are in the white and blue, which is nice. Very rarely are we in that these days, but that's nice to see us in it. And I've just noticed the match stats on the screen. That's da-da. Hardly a magic trick, but I made it seem more grand than it was. Right, come on. I think on paper we are better than Udinese. Oh, just don't open your mouth, Ben. Just don't open your mouth. They're coming forward with it. They're sort of about 30 yards out. Ball out to this right-hand side. Palencia puts it in. Barloco clears up to Dorian Heisser, who loses out. But Balik, he's playing in behind now. Ravel Morrison, I've dropped him, essentially. Doesn't play very well for me ever. As Balik, out to Pellegrini. Oh, he's hit the bar! Oh, dear. It was a good chance. We've got a throw-in on that side now. Heisser, back to Barloco. Ball played in. Cleared, though. And Lualua gave up the chase pretty easily there, you've got to say. Casola gets it back, though. Ruben Diaz, back to Pozovec, and out to this right-hand side again. And Pellegrini's very quick. Since he's come in, I've actually really liked the way he plays the game. He gets behind, gets crosses in as well, and I think he's quite dangerous. Lualua, though, cutting inside. He's going to shoot. He scored from there before. Fires over. 0-0. But good early signs. I just think as soon as they have a shot on target, it's going to go in. And that's the fear. That's the fear I live with on a daily basis. Shots mean goals, and not in our favour. 19th. We can't be... The board aren't happy about it. That's fair to say. It's just been a nightmare scenario, folks. Half time, little's happened. Heist's on a 6.4. I'm going to say calmly, we can move out of the relegation zone here. Like, maybe they need to realise how much this means. Look, you weren't bad in the first half, but I think you can improve. I've got faith in you to do better. Come on. There's plenty of time left in this game. I'm just thinking about a change. Heist is the only one I'll take off, probably for Ponce if needs be. But regardless, let's go. We could go more attacking. It's a corner kick to Udinese. Lualua, well, I think he's heads it clear. They're on it here, though. I mean, if we win it back in these areas, I do feel like we can be quite dangerous. We get surround the ball there, but don't get it back. Capezzi into Vitali, as they're working it quite nicely in their midfield. First time we've really seen Udinese do anything, and I'm very, very scared about it. Ball to this byline, Lasagna. Of course it's Kevin! This bloody pasta-loving idiot. Oh, Kevin Lasagna. Oh, Kevin Lasagna. Tried to sign him to replace Seri, but he worked £57,000 a week, and I said no. All right, look, there's plenty of time left. 57 minutes on the clock, and the ball is in our possession. Boy, out to Lualua. Dorian's there. He loves a close-range finish, just Dorian, and there's Dorian Heiser. Every single goal he scores is in the 6-yard box, it feels like. Dorian Heiser, though, levels things up. You can see Lualua racing down this left-hand side, whips it across the box, and Dorian Heiser there on the hand to prod home, and does it expertly. I've got to say, Heiser, people have mentioned he's got the captain's armband on. Why is that? Because he's going to be our hero and our leader throughout this save. Like, he may have 11 leadership, but look past that and focus on the good things, like the fact he scores and he can inspire others to score, hopefully, although there's not really been that much evidence of it this season. Okay, 15 minutes to go. I might do something a bit brave here. I'm thinking of going 2 up top. No, don't do it, Ben. Part of my brain's going, go on, do it, but no, we're bringing Signy on for Padaghini, who's on a... No, we're not doing that. We're staying as we are, Ben. Keep it as we are. Trust them. Has something gone on? 10 minutes to go. Let's go attacking. We need the win. I need to claw myself out of this mess. We're opening ourselves up to a late goal for Udinese, but if we get the goal, that is massive. Carpi to come. I mean, this is the sort of game where we couldn't afford to lose it. Let's put it that way, folks. A loss here would have been devastating. Will there be a late twist, maybe? A late goal? For us, let me clarify, for us, Ruben Diaz plays it forward. If we can get the ball into the middle, we can. This forward, it's in. Balek's there, not quite going to get a finish applied though. Boy, and I think that's going to be it. It is. Spal 2K13 1 then, Udinese 1. And we go to the next game in a decent shape. I mean, we've had 2 defeats on the belts. Sassuolo and Juventus obviously both beat us. We've now picked up a draw against Udinese. Not a disaster. We just couldn't afford to lose it. And now, Carpi coming up after the international break. So I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time, so beware. Beware. I'm not a bear in the woods. Like, beware. That's the only time I ever see the word beware used, when you're in the woods scared. Oh, this reminds me. We had a regen day and got one decent-ish player. This guy. This is the guy. Pederi. He's not good. He's not natural in any position, which means he's got plenty of time to be nurtured into whatever I want. What do you think? Comment section. For Pederi, or Massimo, whatever you prefer, what do you think we should do with him? MP. He's very pacey. It says he's a finisher or a winger, but I don't think he's particularly good at either of those things. His finishing, dribbling and crossing aren't that good. He might be better as an attacking midfielder. I don't know. He's got a bit of flair there. His passing's only a 6 though. What do you do with him? He's a bit of a mess, to be honest. Okay, 2 weeks. This is where I enjoy not doing a road trip because I don't have as many leagues loaded, so it goes by quite quickly. Yes, we spotted this guy. This guy was suggested to us by a scout, ironically enough. Philip Caffrey. And I noticed him. I thought we can get him for like next to nothing here. For a 19-year-old, might end up being okay. He's got some potential ability about him, so I brought him in. Really good first touch finishing dribbling. Philip Caffrey coming in. There we are. 4.6k is costing me. That's a week of Robinho. Oh, some good news as we're sort of halfway through. One that Heiser has scored for Albania. Oh, look at him. Oh my God. Slowly but surely getting better and better. And also, Pozovec got capped for Croatia, which is nice. I need his handling to improve. It's still only 13. If it gets sort of 15, 16, we're laughing. Now, Elias Shabley has returned to training. Fitness-wise, he's obviously taken a bit of a hit because of the injury, but he could be very important come the end of the season. I noticed there we have Bologna up next after Carpi. If it's sort of 2 relatively big games, Bologna and Genoa. How is Genoa doing this season? 14th. Tell you what then, that episode might be next. We may well play those 2 games after this one. because those two games are massive when you think about the context of the season. A lot of it, though, does depend on this game, and I think we're going to go into it unchanged. I'm not going to switch anything around. A decent result against Udinese. On another day, I reckon we could do it. I'm going to take off, play the ball out of defence, and go for a slightly more mixed passing structure. We're still working the ball into the box. Heiser loves it. Plays the advance forward. Could probably play as a poacher. I mean, that's something lots of people have been suggesting. Maybe play him naturally as a poacher. Go on then. Well, for today only, let's change it up. I do like him as an advance forward, but he does play well. He plays like a poacher even as an advance forward, if you get what I'm saying. They're playing a very similar setup then. Player-wise, I don't recognise anyone. Malele up top, though, looks like he's going to be a threat. Right then, boys, can we do it? Balak in behind Heiser, of course. We've got Ravel Morrison still on the bench. He can come on if needs be, but he's just not really putting the performances I'm looking for. Whereas you see Balak there, got a couple of goals to his name, so he's doing fantastically. You might look at that and go, Ravel Morrison, 6 goals in 6 games. That is in 30 matches, which for an attacking midfielder, I want a little bit more. And of course we can bring him on, so don't worry. Right then, we are in the green, they are in the red and white, and a win today puts us right next to them, and that would be ideal. Of course, our head-to-head against them still important too. Boys, we need to win here. This is one of the biggest games of the series so far. It's Dorian Heiser, 3 minutes, 30 seconds in, 14th goal of the season, all of a sudden is becoming prolific, and look at that, look at us move out of the relegation zone. Before the season started, our prediction was to avoid relegation, so as long as we do that, I think I'll be in the job. Relegation, and I think I'll be gone. Dorian Heiser, though, left-footed. Lovely little finish. Finally! I mean, Alberto said he left, and I was really concerned we didn't have a striker to fill his boots, if that wasn't obvious from the previous episodes. But Dorian Heiser is stepping up, just as I hoped he would. It's taken about half a season for it to happen, but finally he's doing things. I mean, he thought Kazengo Lualawa would see this much football as well, as it's now going to be Carpi that come forward. The bloody fish. Barloco heads it forward into Balak. Now, if he can get a foot on it, he can't. Malele lays it off. Laris, I think that's how you say it, Laris, maybe, with a shot. Carpi so far have started pretty good. We're still standard flexible. We're keeping it quite basic to begin with, as another chance maybe. Dorian, ball into Boy. He gets a shot on goal, blocked there, behind for a corner. Another good chance for us. Corner ball then, whipped in by Boy. Where's he going to put it? Is he going to put it onto the head of one of our defenders? Not quite. Balak's there though. Plays it back out to Boy, and Balak's in loads of space. Can he get a shot on goal? Crosses it back in. Cleared. Kristig is going to get there though. And where's he going to go with it? He's left-footed, so down the line makes sense, as he's fouled from behind. I mean, not even a card comes out. We don't get to see the free kick, so it can't have been that good. Half-time is approaching. So far, with a 1-0 lead, we look relatively comfortable, but at 1-0, you can never be too comfortable. As they drive forward now, shot on goal, they can do that all day, every day. Pre-season, Carpi's one of those sides you expect to be above. And there we are then, 1-0 at half-time. Assertively say, you've played well, but there's still room for improvement, and they seem keen about that. They seem happy. I will passionately say that there's a lot more to come from you. I believe we've got it takes. Heiser's already feeling good, so no need for more instruction. Come on then, 45 minutes, this is huge. No penalties, no red cards, nothing daft. Ball played in, cleared immediately, and they're going to have a chance to bring this away, although the highlight continues. No, it doesn't. Never mind, forget it. Corner, though, for them. Plays it in, knocked down. Just a lack of marking, a lack of concentration. I mean, they've got the goal, 1-1. Corner's played in, and he seems so open when it comes down to him. It's such a disappointment. The strike straight through the gap, and there we are, 1-1. Okay, hopefully that won't affect our boys too much. We've seen so far this season that sometimes we take a lead and then that lead evaporates and we are panicky. Lualawa though, with it now into Boy. Can we just get a clear opening as we lose the ball again in an attacking area? We're just not working it enough for whatever reason. As they come forward, a goal here would be crushing. Malele, Pozovec, what a save. Right, I feel like the best form of defence here may well be attack. I think the more pressure we put on, the better. So we're going to switch to attacking. Speaking of Ravel Morrison, I think this might be the sort of game for him. As a playmaker, bring him on, get him involved. Just that little X factor, especially now we're playing more attacking. Ravel, can he produce some magic for me? He doesn't quite get the ball there, but it goes forward. Can we get the ball into him, maybe? Paragini on this right-hand side, plays it inside. Boy's there with it now. Heiser ahead of him. Dorian Heiser, tackle from behind. Cleared, but we get it back. Casola, Boy, out to Hatterboy. If you can play it down this right-hand side, Paragini, the ball played in. Heiser will be there, and he loves it. Dorian Heiser, what a save from the keeper. Monet keeps it out. Oh, I thought that was it. We've got an attacking though, looking good. We're playing with a little bit of swagger all of a sudden. And this is the sort of game, folks, which I can't reiterate enough. We have to win. Defeat here, and oh dear, oh dear. A draw's not a terrible result, but it makes it very tense coming towards the end of the season. 10 minutes or so left on the clock. I mean, Dorian's got the goal, and he's playing quite well, but I'm thinking changes might be necessary here. I'm thinking someone like Ezekiel Ponce. He's a different sort of striker to Heiser. I mean, maybe the two up top might be the system here. All right, I'm going to do something. I don't know if this is brave or stupid, but we're doing it anyway. Ponce is going to come up alongside him as a complete forward for the final 10 minutes. Morrison's going to drop back as the advance forward. and we're going to have Kristic playing deeper as well. This is a big risk, but risks are there to be taken. 10 minutes to go. I just know that a draw is a bit whatever, as Lazardi puts it in. Don't do this. Boloko, I mean, that was nervy. Ball played forward, though, to Heise, and now maybe a counter-attack is on the cards. Dorian Heise into Ponce, that plays it onto this right-hand side. Hatterbohr, please, the delivery's got to be good. Ravel into Heise again. Ponce, oh, it's a great save. Pellegrini, there it is, it's a goal! 2-1! Come on, right, that's it now. Shut up shop. Well, essentially shut up shop. Play on the counter-attack at least. Keep everything else, I guess, the same. But there we go, folks. A goal. I mean, I'm making changes here. We've scored it, though. 2-1. Now we've just got to hold on. We're on the counter-attack. Let's look to go defensive. 20 seconds to go. A tactical change, I'd like to think, has made some difference to this. Please don't let them score now. In the final 10 seconds, please don't do this to me. Oh, my God, I was very, very nervous. Pellegrini plays it forward. Ponce runs it away. Into the corner, my man. Waste as much time as possible. And there it is. What a win. 2-1 against Carpi. It doesn't sound that impressive when I put it like that, but we needed it so much. And there we have it then. Up to 17th, 30 points. Our goal difference is good. Again, in terms of goals conceded, we've conceded nearly as many as Fiorentina, who are in 5th, but it's just the goal scoring has been our issue. 35 goals, just close games everywhere. Close games. I think really we're probably like the 12th best team in the league, so to be 17th is a disappointment. And that then takes us into the next 2 games. Bologna and Genoa, wasn't it, coming up? I think that is the sort of episodes that you might want to see. If that is the sort of thing you want to see, drop a like on it. If we hit sort of 1,500 likes, whatever, I'll know that that's the game you want to see next, and I'll make sure that that episode is recorded. Oh my word, though. That brings us to the end. If you have enjoyed it, do drop a like. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel. And for another episode of Spal, see you at 5 PM tomorrow. Goodbye. Woo! Yes, boys. Come on.